had lost.
The school was very concerned about his choice of Virginia Tech because they felt it was a very large school and that he really required the support services.
Cho's high school knew about his selective mutism, his depression, and his fantasies about Columbine, yet they couldn't pass the information on to Virginia Tech. Disclosure of any disability is considered a private matter, and neither Cho nor his parents chose to offer it. Cho's first year studying business passed smoothly enough. He handed in his work like other students, and his grades were good. He blended in, quietly. Then, Cho's ambitions took an unexpected turn. At home for the summer holidays, he felt inspired to write a novel, a work of romantic fiction. His parents and sister Sun were enthusiastic.
What Sun says is that they were actually quite happy for him, that he was becoming excited about something and that he was looking at it as a possible sort of career for himself.
Back at Virginia Tech, Cho pursued his new vocation. He wrote to the then head of English, British poet Lucinda Roy. He'd taken her Introduction to Poetry course the previous year.
When he inquired about his novel in the first instance, I really did try to discourage him from launching into a career too quickly because I thought he'd be rejected. The novel was a romance in a way about someone seeking love and redemption, really. But, you know, he was not a great writer and he didn't have a great deal of insight, so it was more like a kind of teenage angst thing. I explained to him why it was really important to think about taking many classes over many years and honing your craft.
Early in 2005, Cho decided to hone his craft and switched his course to English. He'd not been good at English at school, being more suited to maths, but Cho had discovered the joys of self-expression. Dr. Roger Depew has studied Cho's writings closely.
Here's something that didn't take social skills and interaction and all of that. This is something you could do solitarily. You know, you could do this by yourself and just let your fantasy out and on the pages, and people would be amazed and astounded by what you produce. Well, it didn't happen that way, you know.
Cho's efforts were not a literary sensation. His grades were poor, and then later that year, a publisher rejected his proposal for a novel.
He gets less than the level of praise or the level of acceptance that he had hoped for. Instead, he gets criticism and even some bad grades. He can't bring it off, you know. And when his sister, Sun, says, lots of people have books rejected, and maybe I could help you, maybe I could edit it, and he wouldn't allow her to read the book. His sister was a very intelligent young woman, a graduate from Princeton University. There's always some kind of sibling rivalry, you know.
Cho's fragile bubble of self-delusion was popped. As 2005 ended, his behavior became increasingly odd.